This morning I did the video on the 2006 finalists, which was Edmonton, and I discussed how Pronger was number one enemy in that city. And I never thought, for people who are younger, you may not know this story. And for Oiler fans, nothing to see here. I'll give you a few seconds to go ahead and move on and find something else to watch, because this is probably going to make somebody angry. You gone? All right. Chris Pronger was traded to the Anaheim Ducks. June 23rd, the trade request came out. This is like days after they've been eliminated from the Stanley Cup final by the Carolina Hurricanes. This is an Oiler franchise that finally felt like they were legitimately a threat again. And here's their best defenseman, a guy who'd been there for 1 year, saying, yeah, I want out. And then because they were nebulous on the reasons other than family and personal reasons, people attacked. Let's look at what they got back, though. They got back Ladislav Schmid, who was a top draft pick, number 9 overall draft pick, had just completed his first year in North America. Joffrey Lupul, who was coming off of his sophomore year and looked pretty good. He was an Edmonton native as well. They got a 2007 first-round pick, which became number 30 because they won the Stanley Cup. Nick Ross was that pick. A 2008 second-round draft pick, Travis Hamonic, who never played a game for the Oilers, so don't worry about it. And then a 2008 first-round pick, which became Jordan Eberle. And the Oilers did great with Eberle. See, that's the thing. I really think if you don't make this trade, I really don't think that the Oilers necessarily would have made the playoffs the year after. But he became the lightning rod. When the next season was miserable, it got even worse. And of course, after the trade, he complained publicly about rumors. Don't give any credence to rumors. Name any player in the league who's got any kind of publicly known facade, so you recognize them out in public. There were rumors of infidelity. There were a lot of rumors of infidelity about, well, most star players. Multimillionaires, I'm sure this stuff happens. The difference is when it's just a Joe Schmo like myself or some other guy, nobody pays any attention. But when it's a multi-million-dollar player and it's a small city, by NHL standards like Edmonton, it gets around. So the rumor was both that he had fathered other kids, and I'm saying this in this video because he was talking about it in the article I read, that he was mad about the rumors that he was fooling around and that he had other kids. He said, I got 6 other kids out there, and the rumors that she was fooling around on him too. So he was quite angry about those rumors that were going around Edmonton. And that's where a small percentage of fans make everybody else look bad. He never confirmed his wife asked for the trade, but that was always the rumor, that his wife said, I don't want to live in Edmonton. And what's strange about it is this. That was kind of a commonly known thing at the time. That star players, when they would have their no-trade lists, and when players were asked anonymously, where do you not want to go? Edmonton and Buffalo were the 2 cities that players were like, yeah, I don't want to go there. Now, if you look now, I'm sure there's other cities that would be on that list. But Edmonton will always be kind of higher on that list because it's a cold climate, and for raising a family, it has its benefits, it has its drawbacks, and there may be other cities that are more attractive. But here's Pronger after 1 year, I'm out of here, and reportedly was because of his wife. So she became public enemy number 1, and because as a man will do, he'll defend his wife. Pronger became that too. But Pronger said he knew as soon as he asked for the trade, he knew he was going to be public enemy number 1 in the city. Now, what didn't help is his reputation as a player. He was suspended often, 8 times in his career, actually. He missed 20 regular season games and 2 playoff games with suspensions. He had 6 regular season suspensions and 2 in the playoffs. 5 of those suspensions with St. Louis and 3 as a member of the Anaheim Ducks. So he was a very easy player to dislike. And this is why whenever I hear about him having anything to do with player safety, this is why it drives people nuts. So for the young kids in the crowd, here's what he was suspended for. Slashing, high-sticking, leaving the bench for an altercation, cross-check, kicking, headshot, and stomping on somebody. That last one, he stomped on Ryan Kessler, and he got an 8-game suspension for it. And at first, the NHL didn't see it, but then there was a different angle that became available, and the NHL was like, whoa, yeah, we got to do something about that. So here's a guy who's missed 22 games altogether with suspensions, and he's going to help you guys with safety. It's so weird. And he was hated in Edmonton pretty much right up until he retired. But let's be clear, Chris Pronger was hated everywhere. It's not a matter of Pronger was loved by Ducks fans when he was there, and we all thought he was a beloved player. I remember the shot on Holmstrom. I remember jumping out of my seat watching that game and going, "Are you serious?" And when it was one game, I was just as vocal as some people are on this channel about the player safety department, and it was crazy. That was insane that he got one game for that. But and that's one of these two headshots because he got two headshot penalties in the same playoffs. Yeah, that was in May 15th against Detroit, and then June 3rd of that same playoff, he floored Dean McCammon with a headshot, and he got suspended for a game in that one, and they still won the Stanley Cup. So why he was hated is simple. He was only there for 1 year. In that 1 year, they went to the Stanley Cup final. He requests a trade. The trade happens. The team then fell apart in 2006, 2007, which made him more unpopular. And then the Ducks, the team that he got traded to in 2006, won the Stanley Cup the very next spring. So all of the things that can make you hate him, all of the suspensions that make everybody else hate him, made him that lightning rod. So there you go, Chris Pronger, and why Edmonton Oilers fans to this day, not big fans of Pronger, and why the rest of us are like, safety committee? Oh, okay. All right, sure. Why not? It's like putting Hannibal Lecter in charge of your school lunch system, but whatever. If they want to do that, that's fine. Thanks for watching. Hit like and subscribe if you're browsing your way through, just having fun this video. I'll talk to you again soon.